Guys, I wanted to make a video about my Clematis, Jackmanii. I wanted to share my experience with this container vine. It's doing so well. It's in the first week of July, and I've noticed that the flowers are doing so well. They're doing so amazing, and the blooms are lasting so much longer than years ago. And I think I've realized why. Because the past years that I've had this plant, every time the blooms start to fade off, and the petals start to drop in some areas, making more buds and growing higher, and when different areas form buds, some areas the petals drop. So I've noticed the past few years, I've been noticing every time I prune out the faded blooms and I trimmed out some areas, then the most of the plant's health just declines. So this year, I have not pruned it at all. I mean, the blooms and some areas, because in the past, when these, like, I'll show it up close, when I used to see, the petals drop at this, I would go on and I would trim out all of these, faded blooms. I would just trim everywhere I could reach. But this season I did not do that, and it seems to be looking amazing still, lasting longer. Because years ago, for years I've always pruned it, and I would take some areas and I would prune a whole chunk, and then it wouldn't bounce back. It wouldn't grow more blooms. So I think I've discovered the secret to my plant, that since it's getting more warmer here, I'm watering it several times a day and fertilizing just like I've always done in the past few years. But only difference that I noticed that makes a difference is that I have not pruned any of the spent blooms. I've left it alone. I've let it alone to grow more buds. You can see at the top, there's more new buds forming, and there's some spent blooms there. Let me zoom in, you can see better. A lot of spent blooms at the top, but I'm leaving it alone, and it has kept this plant happy. I've noticed it's happy. I don't remember my Clematis lasting so long in these blooms, and I think that's a major factor, that I did not touch the spent blooms. I left it alone. So I'm just so happy. It's still looking really beautiful, and from now on I'm not going to prune the blooms off, the spent blooms. I'm just going to wait till the season is over, when it's all the petals have dropped completely, right at fall, and that's when I'll prune it, either before spring or mid-fall is when I'll prune the whole thing. I'll do a drastic prune in the I think middle of fall, early fall or middle fall, or early spring. And yeah, so far it's looking good. So much blooms still there, and more blooms or buds forming. Still looking amazing. This is the Clematis Jackmanii. Looking good. You can see. Still looking good. Oops, sorry. Reach the top. Look at the steps. It has reached the top. A little bit higher here. You can see it has reached the top of the roof, of the garage roof. So that's my little tip for everybody. Just wanted to document that I have not pruned this clematis and it's still looking amazing. So I guess it's best to leave it alone to keep it happy. Because once I started pruning it last year, once I started pruning the blooms or the faded blooms, it started to, the health started to decline. Just want to keep this clematis happy. Hope this helps someone. Thanks for watching.
I hear the beat.
Have a good day. Hope you had a
It's
good 4th
in
of
my
July.
chest, got me feeling some kind of way. I confess the rhythm takes over, no room to rest. My heart's dancing, it's a love conquest.